Joining us now to talk about the historical and cultural significance of this year's EDSA anniversary is historian Xiao Chua. Xiao, thank you so much for joining us. Is EDSA People Power still an event that remains an important and significant milestone in Philippine history?
Well, makasaysayang hawawi ko to all our viewers. I believe that it is still important to commemorate the People Power Day. And commemorations like this are made or were institutionalized exactly for these kinds of times when some of our people want to forget or even to distort some of the facts. One thing that we should always remember is that the People Power Revolution is not just the story of two families. It's not just the story of two families, but it's the people's victory. Let no one take that away from the Filipino people, that it was a victorious moment for our country to drive away a dictator and as a united people.
A victorious victory, triumph for the Filipino people, and that is basically the plot of two movies that are showing right now in Philippine cinemas, Oras de Peligro and Ako Si Ninoy. It's not about the players of EDSA, but the people who supported this revolt.
Right. Even Ako Si Ninoy, which was directed by Vince Tañada, although it highlights Ninoy, also highlights, more importantly, that the story of heroism of the Filipinos, because we have to go back to the fact that the People Power Revolution is the story of ordinary people deciding to be heroic at the same time so that they can do fantastic actions that will be an inspiration to the world. That's the real reason. We have to remind people that the power is with the people, not just with the political family, not just with the political actors. And
EDSA 1986,
Xiao,
EDSA 1986 toppled the 21-year regime of President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Now Marcos' son is president. Is this also an indication that the people have forgotten the democracy and freedom won then?
Well, I'm always a believer that although there is massive historical distortion that is happening in our country in the past few years, it's not the only reason why some people elected Ferdinand Marcos Jr. One thing is, of course, the Duterte magic, and the other one, of course, is the, shall we say, the frustrations to post-EDSA democracy. Because we've accomplished a lot already in a democratic society with our human rights. But we also know that there were so many things, frustrations, there were so many things that were not accomplished. And so, because of these frustrations that happened in the past administrations, not just Aquinos, a lot of them, that is why people were frustrated. But I'm so happy with the news of the FWS survey of the 62%, because that means that even if we are frustrated with democracy, we still believe in it. We still believe that EDSA People Power was a good thing.
So Xiao, regardless of who is in power, whether it be the Aquinos, the Marcoses, the Dutertes, shouldn't the government lead these historic celebrations and not just civil society to commemorate the milestones in democracy?
Well, if it is relegated to the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines has no choice but to give dignified rights to the commemoration of People Power, just as it does to all our other heroes and commemorations. So it's good that the National Historical Commission of the Philippines is leading this commemoration and allowing also all the other sectors of society to join in that commemoration tomorrow.
But it doesn't seem significant for this current administration that February 25 is a milestone in Philippine history. Today is a non-working holiday, but tomorrow is a working day.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I'm not really a fan of moving holidays. Because people assume that Saturdays people have no work, but people have work on Saturdays. And that's why the holiday was still, in a way, if the holiday was on the 25th, it would have been still very, very important. We thought that actually Marcos wanted to, in a way, dignify the People Power Revolution Day by moving the holiday to the 24th. But of course, some people who have, other ideas are saying that this is to move the crowds from actually participating in the People Power rights. But, even if it's not a holiday or not, people will come if they want to come. And it's not about the numbers. It's really about, remembering.
And Xiao, it's been already 37 years since the 1986 EDSA People Power Revolution. How can the spirit of EDSA be reinvented and remain relevant, especially among the millennials and the Gen Zs?
Well, let us remember that People Power is, fans or beyond this historical event can be applied to other things. And the spirit of People Power lives on to the voluntarism of young people, through people who help other people, we calling pakikipagkapwa. And also in the education that is happening around us, little ordinary people, contributing to help fight historical distortion. And of course, this is not a battle that is easy. A lot of the sectors that are against this they have money, they have influence, they have power, but people are still pushing back. And it's good that we're still, thank God we're still a free country and we can still commemorate these things freely. But hopefully, kaginhawaan will also come to our people, because that is the goal of People Power, is to give kaginhawaan for all.
Thank you so much for your insights on the relevance of EDSA People Power 37 years later. Historian Xiao Chua.